Okay, everybody, what's up? Welcome to another episode here of Divinity Original Sin 2, and we will proceed to play the game from Arcs again. And this time we're going to end up fighting in Ooze, and later we'll also crash a wedding.
Now that I'm editing this work, I'm finding out that there seems to be no sound, no ambient sound of what's going on here. And I wondered about that right about now, and I'm looking at the soundtrack, and I could see that no sound effects seem to have been recorded. So I'm thinking maybe what happened here was that there might have been some glitch, or I might have inadvertently turned off the microphone, muted it for a while. I'll continue. I'll continue checking on succeeding recordings that I'll be making, but for now I can just discuss what's happening here. So here I am going through some of the stages that I went through in the past, because there was a point earlier where my computer crashed while I was playing the game, and this points back to my previous save. So starting from my previous save, this is where I go through again the journey back towards that villa, or that house. Sorry, that house of Micheil Ros. Is it Micheil Ros or Micheil Ros? Michelros, I think is the name of the character. He is supposed to be a mysterious merchant in Arcs who has been receiving void tainted fish, and the void tainted fish, we found that in one of our earlier videos, where we had a search on some fish in Driftwood, fishing port or fishing company in Driftwood, and we found out that they were exporting void tainted fish. Now, along the way, going to the house of Micheil Ros, we encounter this lady over here who seems to have had too much to drink. Lady Augusta. She's had too much to drink. She's outside, so we ask her what's going on. And then I only found this out now, that I could actually get her invitation, and using that invitation, gain entry into the palace. Okay, then from there we can proceed now to the. Okay, so it's not the palace; it's the house, but it's palatial. If that can help, let's go inside. We'll talk to some of the guards and use Sibyl and her high persuasion attribute, or so that she can talk to them and convince them to allow us to enter the premises. Let's move forward. Let's fast forward. There we go. We're getting there. Oh, we'll be asking some of the merchants as well what we can purchase. We'll take a look at this later on. I suppose I'm due for an upgrade in my equipment somewhere along the way. I only wish I could find nails so that I could buy improved footwear, and then combining them I'll become immune to slipping, and that would be very useful. Okay, so let's move forward and get into the house. So from here we have some multiple options. We could use Sibyl's persuasive power, or just present them with the invitation. Either way, they will let us inside. I just don't know which one is preferable. I don't know if there's any special effects, if there are any special effects that come from using Sibyl's persuasion vis-a-vis using the invitation. I think this is one of those cases where when a game designer creates an obstacle, it's possible and it could be entertaining to actually use multiple solutions to the same problem. And then I think that's also good game design to do that. So let's get in. Meanwhile, just one more note. I think I realized I've been mispronouncing the name of the owner of the house. I think it's Ros. The way it's spelled is the way it sounds. So Micheil Ros. So that's what we'll call him. Thank you very much. Okay. I think I checked YouTube and see how it's pronounced, and I found it's an Italian name. Okay, here we go. Over here, we'll have another situation where we use our persuasion to enter the area. This lady guard is this person is guarding this dwarf is guarding the entranceway to the back, and we've convinced that person to allow us through. So we'll get inside. Now now there's the bride, and what's her name? Yeah, Isla Gall. She's the bride, and of course she's understandably distraught because monsters had invaded and destroyed her wedding banquet. So she's very sad. But it does give us clues as to what might have happened. One of the first clues that we get is that we can see the groom glancing, and we start to suspect that the groom might not necessarily be opposed to the disruption that has just occurred. We'll find out more. Now, should we talk to the groom first, or should we go upstairs? We can go already and talk to the groom and ask him questions. So basically, the what we discover in talking with the groom by the name of Dorian Gall is that he has a lot of gall. Now, the one of the things you discover about this groom is that he is actually interested in the death of his father-in-law so that he can get the will and find out and prove if indeed his father-in-law would bequeath um, uh, his estate to his daughter. And since he's married to his daughter, to the daughter, to Islagal, then that means he gets to inherit most of the wealth. So you see here the plot line. Um, so here we go upstairs and we find Micheil Ros so that we can talk to him and um, find out more from him. In this particular situation, however, after I talked to him, I realized that I was not able to extract an admission from him concerning the void tainted fish that he has been receiving as a merchant. On the other hand, we finally decide to tell him about how his son in law was trying to contract out his death, and from there, he offers us to in turn uh, get rid of his son-in-law. We will basically agree, and after that, we'll try to find his son-in-law and eliminate him as well. I would have preferred that we ended up agreeing to both contracts and then just decide which one we will get. But in this case, what happened was that we refused the offer of the son-in-law and we took up the offer of the father-in-law to kill the son-in-law. So from there, we will take out that contract and we will go and find the son-in-law. So we go back downstairs and just gonna go ahead and kill the groom. Then we find out that he's gone. So we don't know where he went. We're gonna look for some leads. Where can we find him? Maybe we can ask the bride. Maybe the bride knows. So let's go and talk to her. And then when we find out where he is, and basically she would we would get information that he's probably back at his estate, his own house. So here we talk to Isla Gall, the bride, and we basically let her know that we discovered a plan for her own husband to kill her father. She's upset, of course, when if she would want to help us, and in doing so, she will tell us that where we could find him, and from there, we will go look for the house of Dorian Gall and uh, confront him there. So basically, she lets us know how to get to Dorian Gall's place, and that becomes marked on our map. So we could see it here, how to get there. We'll go out of it doesn't live too far away. We'll go out of the house of Micheil Ros and then proceed to Dorian Gall and confront him there. So we take to the streets and travel all the way to Dorian Gall's house, the groom's house, and we go inside. We look for him and we don't find him over there. Yeah, there. This is a store, and basically he deals with potions. He said so. There's lots of potions here. We go around, we look inside, and then we don't find him anywhere. Where could he be? At first, I was getting frustrated because I didn't know where to find him until we made this startling discovery. Where did we find him? Let's see. Oh, we go through these different doors. We find out where he is. Ooh, he's not here. We've unlocked it using our bony fingers. We'll try to unlock this one next. Yeah, and it's one of the advantages of having Feign or the Undead, because the bony fingers can be used to unlock anything, doors or chests. But we still can't find him. We don't know what to do. I tried to click on the bed and I just end up lying down on it. So it gives. What can I do? Further looking around, I think what I try to do is to gather what I can by pressing Alt and then look at all the various things that I can pick up and I can loot. And one of those things that I will find is a special button that I could use to. Oh, look at this! I'm trying to destroy the bed by hitting it with a shield, by bouncing shield. But no, that would not work. Oh, but I spotted something. I don't know where I spotted. Here's one problem. It says that I spotted something, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be shining or something like that, but not to me. It doesn't say anything. We find a diary and we find more information about what the groom's plans are. Okay, further proof that he's up to no good for his wedding plans. Okay, so um, the blood dowry, that's the name. Okay, anything else that could help us? I know. Oh, there. Look, there's a button over there. Button. See? So, yeah, button. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We interact with that button. Where is it? Look for it. Where is that button? There. There. Button. Yeah, there. There's the button. Interact with that button, and there the bed is lifting up, and we find a hatch. Let's go down that hatch. There, that hatch. Go down that hatch. There, we go down that hatch, and this is what we find. We find a cellar full of oil barrels, and then we're in a fight. What are we fighting? I don't know. There's nothing attacking us. I don't see any enemies. There are no red outlines except for these buttons. These buttons are fighting us. And so there's a voice that's doing a countdown, and for each turn. So I think that if we fail to deactivate it properly, then we would it would ignite the oil barrels. I don't know. But since I was not aware of what I was doing at this time, initially what I thought of doing was just putting the oil barrels in one spot first. Maybe isolating them and putting them one on top of the other using telekinesis. I mean, that seems to be okay. But all this because I didn't know what to do with those buttons. I didn't know that I was fighting these buttons. There. See, putting them on top of the other. Oh, can't put it there anymore. Cause okay, but we just want to um, put them away all in one safe place. There, and then yeah, put in there. And then up ahead, oh, now that we're down to three. Three what? What are we supposed to do with three? Well, maybe we can move forward and okay, so let's jump. Make sure that we don't ignite any. The problem is I'm not sure if how we're going to avoid igniting any of those oil slicks. But there's a button, so let's interact with it. 2. Now we're down to 2. Okay, that's not it either. Okay, all of this explodes and we get hit. So we failed in that one. So unfortunately, we have some magical armor, but still, I decided to make it rain blood in order to turn off the fire. Okay, and then we use the bedroll so that we can heal. There we go. Now, what should I have done? With the countdown, I should have started looking for a started looking for the buttons already and see that I could what I could interact with. I don't know who. I don't know what I could interact with from here, but apparently there's more than one button located in this room. See, there's a button on the left side of the grill, and another button on the right side of the grill. So the other button to the other wall, other side of the wall, was distraction. Okay, so buttons, button, button, button. There are 4 buttons. See, there's a button there. That doesn't work. There's a button here, and that doesn't work either. So I should have tried that other button on the right. That other button on the right. This button on the okay. And I realized that it had to be the lower one because he was a dwarf after all. I don't know if you could call that racist, but here we go. Now, as we enter this area, it's full of uh, ooze and poison clouds. Okay, so maybe not ooze, but poison clouds. And so we send in Fane. We separate Fane, and then we send him in, and then there's a lot of slime and ooze. And what can we do in order to stop it? I don't know. There's got to be some way to stop him. Oh, there's also ooze, and on the other side, and there we find Dorian Gall. So there's our objective right there in plain. So let's go up here. There's nothing like I can do here. I wonder if there's a trap. We'll just do some searching, and still nothing. After searching, there's nothing inside. What I like about the the Eternals or the undead is that at least you realize that you can go around in all sorts of poisonous environments safely. Okay, so maybe we can go inside. I wonder if we can parlay or talk to Dorian Gall and see what we can learn from him, or if I can convince him of anything. There's a machine here, but I don't know if it's working, if it does anything. So let's go inside. Maybe I can summon. No, I can't reach it. I wanted to summon the incarnate champion right next to Dorian. Apparently, no, it's not possible yet. Okay, I go inside and he talks to me. Okay, so I'm going to fight him now. Flap of cloth to reveal a string of grenades. Okay, so he's going to be throwing a lot of grenades. Oh, he's hasted. And he's got fire? Oh, fire immunity. Fine. He's probably drinking that because he expects that with all the poison clouds, if we ignite the poison clouds, he will be immune to all that fire. Okay, he's also resistant to poison. Poison. He's got, yeah. And so what can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's about four poisonous slimes that can fight us. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to have to fight them. It'll probably be a good idea to bring in the rest of the crew, to click on them and have them enter the premises already, so that they can take care of the fight already. So here we conjure the incarnate, and also we've already clicked on Ifan Ben-Mezd and the rest of the gang, and made them walk right through the poison clouds and try to enter this area in order to fight with Dorian Gall. One more thing though is, of course, since they're coming from the outside, they're going to be late. They're still outside the outer part of the room, and then their turn will come. They will be able to move after all the poison the slimes have moved. But at least we already have the Incarnate Champion. The thing about the Incarnate Champion, I've taken care not to land him on any poisonous environment, because my theory is that Dorian has already taken some resistance potions, so he is resistant to poison. And I guess the best way to combat him would be to attack him with physical force, which is what the Incarnate Champion is doing. An interesting thing about the poison slimes as they attack Fane is that when they attack him, there's a physical component for which Fane suffers some physical damage. But because this is made up of poison as well, it adds health to Fane. So although it is hurting his armor, it doesn't hurt his vitality at all. I see that there is a trap over there, but okay, now it is Ifan Ben-Mezd turns. Let's use one action point to get in, and then maybe use the bouncing shield. Okay, so 2 action points if you really want, if it really must be done. So I am hesitant to use any kind of higher based attack here because we do not want to ignite the poison. Okay, now bouncing shield. Okay, encourage first, right? And now bouncing shield, shield bounce, go. Okay, so at least you hit 2 at the same time. Now Sebil next comes in for 0 action points because she is the pawn. And okay, so she can teleport in and attack at the same time with a backstab using using one of her abilities. I can't remember at the moment what ability that was. And then she attacks Dorian Gall directly. Now for the Red Prince. If he can get in as well, he can also teleport in, but using Cloak and Dagger. And so we teleport, bring him in. Where can he land? There, sure, yeah. He can land there. And then from there, again, attack maybe the... Okay, so let's attack Dorian. Okay, he suffers a little damage from there. Anything else? Maybe we can... what can we do? Looking at his abilities and his inventory. Okay, he doesn't seem to have much damage though. I wonder if he should get some kind of poison immunity. And never mind. We'll just go ahead and go to the next turn. I'm not sure what he's going to do next. Let's just go ahead and go to right next to Dorian Gall. The thinking behind this is that if Dorian tries to move away from us, then at least he gets hit by opportunity attacks, both from the Red Prince and the Incarnate Champion. Oh, okay. So what did he do? He tried to attack us in some way. And source vampirism. Okay, why do I keep forgetting that at this level, of course, all of our major opponents will have some form of will be sorcerers actually with some form of vampirism. It's fine. Okay, so the slimes are all working together, and it's not really doing much damage to Fane except for the physical damage. He's losing out on his armor, but all this tells me is that every time they hit him, they slap him, he's going to get bonuses to his vitality because it's poison. So the ones that we are really worried about will be the rest of the top party members, because they have they are not immune to poison. Okay, so up next is Ifan Ben-Mezd. So what are we gonna do with him? Well, we can teleport. Maybe use teleportation on Dorian Gall and bring him back to us, maybe. Okay, it also inflicts some damage to him, and then let me see what else. Okay, Maybe there's some other. No, telekinesis will not do. Okay, no, Phoenix Dive will not do. Okay, uncanny evasion maybe, because at least he will not, he will survive or avoid, evade a lot of the other attacks. Okay, so we have a caustic leap um, committed by the poisonous slime. Okay, but anyway, we can cast first aid on using Sibyl. We can cast first aid, so that helps her recover a lot of lost hit points. And maybe we can, yeah, we flesh sacrifice to give us more action points and get near Dorian, and from there we can use ruptured tendons. And the good combination with ruptured tendons is, of course, to turn him into a chicken. Yes, chicken form. That's what we do. And from there, we have the, okay, our incarnate champion was attacked by the slime. Not too worried about that though. Fane's turn is next. What can Fane do? Well, because Fane is already capable of using shield bounce, again we use bouncing shield against Dorian the chicken, and it also bounces off him and hurts some of the other poison slime. And then after that, what can we do next? Maybe we can make sure that any wands or weapons that we use do not inflict flame or fire, and then we'll use that as an attack. It would be, ideally we could use a physical attack against Dorian, or some other attack against these other poison slimes. I'm having trouble picking one out, which one I should use, or which one I should attack. Another way to do it is we can also use impalement. It'll bring out some oil, which is also flammable, but the bottom line there is, as long as we're not using fire, then we don't necessarily, we will not necessarily cause a fire. What we would end up doing though is inflicting an area damage. In the end, I decide to move away, but apparently the slime and the ooze are also have the ability for attacks of opportunity. So with only one action point left, which is usually a defensive action, what can we do next? Well, it takes 0 AP to continue moving. Okay, so we're over there, and in other words, we just got hit by the opportunity attack, and then we have 0 AP that continues moving. And well, we can use restoration to heal. Who do we heal? We can heal Sibyl, who seems to be there we go. Who seems to be having a lot of well, she's cornered, so it's a good thing we just used restoration on her. Incarnate champion is coming up next, so we can use. Okay, again we concentrate the physical attacks on the chicken. How much is left? 1068 vitality points. Okay, our incarnate champion moves closer and then attacks him. We got attacked by an opportunity attack also from the poison slime, but we attacked them. Okay, so we killed the chicken, we killed Dorian, and then the next thing we have to do now is overcome and defeat the failed experiment, these living slime oozes. Okay, so this is the Red Prince. Oh, he also casts chicken form on it. Well, at the very least, in chicken form, then the failed experiment will not be able to attack us, so that's good for something. Okay, and the next one again attacks Fane. I'm not too worried about Fane. My characters are all fighting in poisonous clouds, so that's interesting. It's like fighting while holding your breath. But actually, they keep losing out their magical armor and slowly using up their vitality. For instance, in the case of Sibyl, she's lost all of her armor, and she's got lower vitality now. She's attacking another failed experiment, and which, by the way, now has lost all of its armor, but she's already used her chicken form spell, so that's not gonna work. Can she use what can she do next? She can go behind him. No, all of our abilities, all of our abilities have been used up. We try to move away, but then again we get hit by an attack of opportunity. But we still have 0 AP left. We still have that action point left. Let's take some healing potions. And then for Fane, what can Fane do? Well, Fane can further attack the failed experiment. Can he now? The shield is still cooling down, is it? Yeah, bouncing shield will not be available until next turn. Let's change our weapon to some physical weapon, because all other kinds of magical attacks, there is some level of resistance on these failed experiments. They have some blindfolds will not work. Okay, how about this sword? Let's equip this sword. It's a two-handed sword, and let's use the. Is there? Yeah, let's use the all in to attack. There we go. It's not much. It's only 101 points damage. Okay, so let's focus our attacks on each one. On each one of the failed experiments. Ranged attack against one of the failed experiments that's next to Sibyl, and then maybe we can use battering ram to knock him down. And then for the Red Prince, well, let's see. I think it's available. We can attack the. Oh, we use the shield bounce, so it hits the chicken, and the shield bounces off the chicken, and also hurts the other adjacent slime, the failed experiment. So here we have the failed experiment attacking us both, Ifan Ben-Mezd and Fane. Really no problem for Fane. I'm just going to use Ifan Ben-Mezd's abilities, all kinds of weapon skills that we can use. Okay, so yeah, now we attack him again, and then it will be. Well, for the next failed experiment, I think it's going to try and shoot poison globs at us, but we can use. Yeah, we can jump up, teleport behind him, and do a backstab. Okay, and then for Sibyl, let me see. Oh, we actually killed the. I think we killed the one of the failed experiments already, so that's good. Let's just take some. Maybe it's just some kind of healing that we could take, because we are very low. Let's consume this. Use up all of our action points. Elven's 2 then. 20 now, 40%. Come on, maybe one more. Maybe one more. One more action, so that we will be back to 60% health. Sure, dinner, whichever. Yeah. There, okay, we go. 60% back health. So that's good. But you know, I thought that we had already taken the skill 5-star diner, and I thought that the 5-star diner would grant Sibyl more, more benefits from eating dinner. I'll have to double check. Does she have 5? Yeah, she has 5-star. No, that's Fane. Fane has 5-star diner. I wonder why. Well, like his poison, when he takes poison, I guess. Okay, so we use the shield, the bouncing shield. I wonder if alternating between bouncing shield and two-handed sword eliminates the cooldown for bouncing shield. That'll be funny if it turns out that way. Maybe we can use that as an exploit. So instead of waiting for bouncing shield to cool down, you can just give it up for the sword. Use the sword, and then at the next turn, before the bouncing shield goes down, instead of waiting for the bouncing shield to cool down, we just take in the shield and then use that. I don't know. We'll see. Something to experiment on next time. And then let's see. So what are we gonna do next? We got the Red Prince. We can use Cloak and Dagger again. There we are. And we'll be able to attack this failed experiment over here using using Crippling Blow, maybe. There you go. I only selected Crippling Blow. I know that it's got physical armor to protect against the Crippling Blow, but I only used that because it had the most amount of damage. So I guess at this point I'm being very undisciplined in my use of special powers, because I am, instead of waiting for the right opportunity to bring about those effects, I'm just relying on the damage that they give to the armor. They will not suffer the effects of Crippling Blow or any of the other special abilities that I could use. It's just that I'm trying to lower the physical armor so I can start chipping away at vitality. Maybe not the best strategy. We'll find out more. We'll think about this more, see what else we can do. In the meantime, we have Sibyl. She's going to also teleport close to the failed experiment, and from there she's going to attack it with a flurry of stabs. Now, what's next? Okay, so we got Feign. I should develop Feign. Feign does not, I think, have any way of fast travel, or jumping, or teleportation. It doesn't have that, so that's interesting. And I should find a way to give that to Feign. The Incarnate Champion disappeared. Too bad. But now we've got the Red Prince again, and we basically attack him. 843 points of damage left. What can we do? Let's try Whirlwind. Or no, Battering Ram. Okay. So he's knocked down. Okay. Next is Ifan Ben-Mezd. So let's see if we can bring Ifan up here. Of course. Okay. And then from there, what can we do? Okay, let's try to do Battle Stomp. Gives him a critical hit, more for the damage than the effect. And Sibyl, again, low on health. A flurry, attacking here. And Adrenaline, yeah. And then Feign. Again, let's reload the shield. Okay, is there still a cooldown on the shield? For shield bounce? No. No cooldown on the shield bounce. Okay, so we can launch the shield attack. Okay, down to 148. Shouldn't be too long now. It shouldn't be too long now. Feign can now cast Restoration on Sibyl, who's now regenerating. And now the Red Prince, Final Blow. Oh, shield up. Okay, fine. And for the Red Prince, the Final Blow, which kills him. Okay, so we're now back in business. We're now combat is over, and then we use the bedroll. And one more. Let's use bedroll one more. So the question now is how to get out of this location. How to get out of here. One thing I realized that I didn't do here is maybe I didn't do enough searching in the area. And by not doing any searches in the area, I'm not sure if there's anything to loot here. I should at least press out and in order to find out what are the other areas here. Can't find any. Okay, but let's see. I think we should go down and get some evidence of Dorian Gall's death. And must remember not to eat any of his body parts in case they are required for his proof of death. Yeah, so we got let's see, we got Ifan Ben-Mezd coming in, take everything. It's too heavy. Maybe we should redistribute. Let's redistribute. Yeah, let's gather all the things so that we can carry and then redistribute the weight so that we can move out of here. Because in the meantime, the poison is getting to us. Let's do a quick transition and go and get out of here for our transition. Let me see if I can find this spot. So basically, we've got all of these other searches that we do. But after the search, I realized that some of the other party members do not immediately follow, simply because, um, based on the script and programming, they're not supposed to go into any dangerous environments. I mean, why follow you through the poison if it's going to hurt them? And I can understand from an AI perspective and good design. It's actually good design, so I like that. Okay, so we got out of the cellar, and maybe we should head back to the house of Micheil Ros. Which way to go there? Oh, no, look at this. There's an interesting estate here, locale house here. I haven't explored this area yet, and the gates are closed. And it looks like the interior map is large. I'd be interested to find out where that is. Now, this is the shop, so we should go back there. How to get? It's not too far. So let's start walking. Let's start walking, and from there we'll get back inside. Now, the thing is, oh, this is interesting. The wolf is now outside here. It's no longer back there. Where are we going here? Oh, this is the lore master's house. Okay, so this is different. Sorry. Um, lore master's house is different. But I'm wondering if we enter here, we'll go back to Micheil Ros the other way. Oh, it's a shortcut. So, okay. And here again, we will find as we near the end, my computer is going to crash again. So we enter this area. Lots of people dead. Here again. Now, two things that you would notice, that I would notice, is that okay, so I saved it. That's good. Oh, look at that. Look at those tents. They have an insignia of a wolf. I wonder what that means. Okay, there's a dead voidling here. And then as we move, we see that the statue with the trumpet, or the pipe, which we realize is slowly exuding death fog. And pretty soon we save it again, because what's gonna happen when we click on that wedding cake? I think it's gonna crash again. Our computer is gonna crash again. There we go. Very well then. Well, thank you very much for watching. We'll see what we can do about solving that problem. I don't know, maybe we can just avoid it altogether. But we hope to see you again next time. And thank you for watching. Please go ahead, like and subscribe, and comment below. See what else. Tell us what you like to see, if you'd like to see anything more, and then we'll work on those videos as well. Thank you very much. We hope to see you again, and goodbye.